Alrighty now, so I'm going to go ahead and try live streaming again. It's been quite some time since I've actually attempted a live stream. For those of you who don't know, I've actually been busy with school and everything lately, but I'm done now. So now that I'm done with school, I hope to go back to live streaming on a somewhat semi-regular basis. 4TW, not sure what I'm doing with that yet. The Gamers Uplink project was kind of somewhat on hiatus while I was done finishing up school. Maybe resuming with that. I have a couple other projects, a secret project, if they will, that will be coming out soon. Looks like my live stream is actually pretty stable right now. I'm kind of surprised at that. So that's going to be happening. So let's go ahead and get a few things out there so people may start tuning in. Let's share this real quick. All right, so youtube.com. Let's see if that works. Hey. My Admiral Joker thing does work. Yay. Okay. Apparently, there's one person watching. That person may be me. Okay, let's go ahead and share this to Facebook, Twitter, tweet it, and Facebook. Well, it seems to be somewhat stable at the moment, so I'm actually kind of happy with that. Let me test the audio. Well, it seems to be somewhat stable at the moment, so I'm actually kind of happy with that. Let me test the audio. Well, it seems to be... Okay, well, that seems to be working as good as I hoped it would. So, yay! All right, let's test a few other things while I'm at it. Sorry if I'm doing it this way, people. You know how it is, getting things working again. Been a long time since I've live streamed. Hopefully I can get some people to call me so we can actually test out to make sure that the Skype works right. So let's test a few things here. Let's add a text scroller at the bottom. Good old nicotine, where you at? There we go. Haven't actually gotten this to work for a while, so hey, it actually somewhat worked. Hey, not bad, not bad. Let's change some of these properties just a little bit here. Yeah, I'm really wanting to get a lot of things working again like I used to. So, let's give it a bit of an outline here. And black. Ooh. Eh. Well, it looks like that may be working the way I want it to. Yay! Haven't actually had this working for a long time, so let's see if the scrolling works again. Well, seems to be working okay, at least as far as I'm concerned. So, yay. All right. Got to work on how to get the scroller working again, but hey, you know what? At least I got it somewhat working again the way I wanted it to, so madly happy with this. All right. So, if anyone else wants to join me, they can. Okay, so I guess I should talk about a little bit about where I've been. Now, I've been kind of dark in the last few couple of months because I've been actually getting my master's degree. Unfortunately, that kind of precluded me from doing any kind of live streams or anything like that. I tried to do some stuff with Gamers Uplink, but unfortunately, due to not really having to focus on my studies, which was of course more important to me than side projects, I had to take a break from that for a while. Also, I had to take a break from Quit Your Whining and a few other projects, unfortunately, as well. But the good news is, even though I did take a slight break from these, I do intend to get back in the full swing of things again in the next couple of weeks. Coming up, I do plan on doing more Quit Your Whining. I did one, if you want to look, I did one earlier a couple weeks ago on Facebook, automatically for some reason reading my messages and giving me song recommendations based on what I was talking to someone about. I know it's actually a feature in Facebook, but I never turned it on, so I was kind of upset the fact it was turned on, because I don't know how it was turned on. I didn't turn it on. Okay, so it reconnected. Well, apparently I dropped my connection and reconnected. Alrighty then. It happens. Okay, what was I talking about? No, I don't remember now. So, okay. Oh, yeah, right. We're going to be doing a Quit Your Whining on what's been going on over in Berkeley. They recently posted a recommendation on how to do free speech properly at Berkeley. Went over that document. I want to talk about that a little bit. I also want to talk a little bit about Trump. I know everybody's talking about Trump, so why would I do that too? You know, I'm not really about, okay, we did do a show on Trump. But and I know my thing is I'm going to be more about solutions than just, you know, bickering back and forth. But I do think there are some legitimate conversations about actual solutions with things that Trump is doing and things that they're trying to push. Now, I'm not changing my position and saying I'm a, you know, flat out supporter of Trump or anything. But there are some things he's done that I do agree with, and quite a few things I'm not too happy with. So we'll talk about that. Gamers Uplink, I'm not sure what I'm doing with that yet. I'll be honest with you. I plan on probably going back at least to do, or maybe going back to that to doing more stuff with the gaming. I'm not going to be going back to do straight up 4TW. I've come of, as much as I want to, I want to do more gaming focused things than just standard media focused. I may get back to that at a later time, but not right at the moment. Now I do have a secret thing coming up. I am planning something with another friend of mine, another side project, something I think that'll be really interesting to people. I hope to be launching it and doing an announcement on that in a couple of weeks. So stay tuned to that. So it looks like the live stream is working, so I'm kind of happy with that. You know what? I guess I can take a few minutes to talk about a few things that maybe we can take a little side time to talk about a few things and that I've been missing out on in the last few weeks. I guess we're going to start off with that. Let's start off with gaming. So the Switch has been a phenomenal success for Nintendo. A lot of people were going to say the Switch was a debacle, that no one was going to be happy with it. But you know what? The Switch has sold quite a bit. Nintendo has already said that their sales numbers are meeting expectations of where they expected to be at. They are selling them quite well. They have Smash Brothers coming out pretty soon, which is going to be a big boon to the system. And it's already sold more than the Wii U has. And I believe it is also at pace to exceed the Wii at this point as well, which the Wii was the highest selling console they've had, at least as far as I know, in recent history. To keep in mind that the Switch has already sold... what is the Switch actually sold? I'm looking up that right now. Their plan was to sell, I believe, about 20,000 this year, and there are 20 million, and they're already exceeding that. So we'll see where things are going. But the Switch has been a phenomenal success for Nintendo, so way to go. Just live streaming, testing it. Yes, my wife had to come in and ask who I was talking to. Of course. So, thank you. So, Sony looks like they actually have a hit in their hands. God of War has been selling like hotcakes. I've been saying for a while now that the big thing Sony needed to do was to produce a decent or a first-party game that would actually make people go out and buy the system. Now, there are some games that were coming out that were going to be, in my opinion, system sellers. But God of War was kind of that benchmark for me. That was the game that was either going to make or break to me the PlayStation 4 this cycle. Looks like it made it. People are buying it in droves. I know there's other games such as Horizon Zero Dawn, which is really good and it sold very well. But God of War is a runaway success, and it is an established franchise. And something Sony hasn't done yet with the PS4 was introduce an established franchise and really push it as hard as they should have, at least as early as they should have. That's something Nintendo, I think, did do right with the Switch, was they took the existing franchises and put them in the forefront. First a Zelda game, then a Mario game, and a Mario Kart game, and a Smash Brothers game coming out, and a Splatoon game. Yeah, the Mario Kart's a retread of Mario Kart 8, and Splatoon 2 is really just kind of a, not an expansion pack, but it's not really, it is a sequel to Splatoon. But they did push those forward in order to push the hardware forward. Mario Odyssey, by the way, has sold like gangbusters, has sold like crazy, and is the highest selling game on the Switch. So that strategy did work. I think if Sony and Microsoft would have been on board with that a little bit sooner, there might be more faith in this generation of consoles. I know both of them have sold quite a bit have sold a lot of units, but I think the market has been. It was more obligatory, people wanting a newer console to play the newer games, more than people specifying which console they want because of the first-party games. It was more like either I'm going PlayStation because I'm normally a Sony guy, or people are going Microsoft because they're regularly an Xbox person. I didn't see anybody really crossing the lines this generation as we had previous generations, so good for them. I hope Microsoft does something to really kind of boost their own portfolio. They haven't really done anything, in my opinion, that has warranted that. I know a Sea of Thieves looked interesting, but from my understanding, it's not what people wanted it to be. God of War 4 was Gears of War 4 was way too short of a single-player experience, and to me, it was a middling entry in that whole series. And I don't think there's any Halo games or anything new on the horizon that's really going to make Microsoft stand out. But there is an E3 is coming up in a few weeks, so we'll, of course, do an E3 show. I always do one every year, just like I do CES. So we will be doing something to cover trailers with clapping. So I will promise that. on the standard media end of things, movies, I guess Disney actually outdid themselves with Avengers Infinity Wars. Good for you, Disney. They managed to beat their own franchise Star Wars in terms of fastest grossing, or one of the highest grossing films in terms of revenue generation. I mean, they've already made more money at this point than Force Awakens, and Force Awakens set records left and right. Looks like Disney is once again going to be on top this year, so good for Disney. I've always been said I'm a Disney fan. I've never hated on Disney. I know they're talking about buying 20th Century Fox. Personally, I don't really have a problem with that. I know a lot of people are panicking about that. Personally, I don't care. They're less evil to me than Comcast. So go ahead, buy away. At least then you'll have all the Marvel stuff in one light and in one under one roof. Plus, in my opinion, Fox has really done a lot to squander the franchise they do own. We haven't seen them do much with Alien or really much with Predator that really kind of made me say, you know, I'm glad they own them. As much as I like Alien Covenant and I liked Prometheus, they were controversial to say the least. And I don't know what's going on with Predators, but we'll see what's going on that front. So, what else have I been missing out on in the last few weeks I wanted to talk about? I'm not going to really talk about politics during this little test. So, not really that interested in doing that this time around. Mainly because I don't have a lot of my research in, and I'm still building my research document for a few other shows I want to do them on. But, well, I guess that would wrap up this test for now. Looks like it's been pretty stable for the most part. I had one little blip, but it's been pretty successful, surprisingly. Quite happy with it right now. Let me test the audio real quick. Hang on. Testing my desktop. Yep. Appears to be fine. And I am, like I said, really happy with the results I'm getting at the moment. So, yay. Looks like it's been stable. I actually adjusted the QoS settings in my router recently, so looks like it actually improved some of the performance issues I've been having. I kind of had to redo quite a bit of it, so yeah. All right, so look forward to new stuff up and coming for me. Go to my Facebook and follow me and Admiral Matthew Majeski on Facebook. But I am using Twitter a lot more. I know I've promised for years to use Twitter more, but I am actually doing that now. So I am using Twitter a whole lot more. So be sure to check me out at Admiral Joker at Twitter. All my new updates and everything will be going there first and then filtering out through Facebook. Unless I'm doing some long tirade on something that won't fit on Twitter at that point, I'm just going to go out and use Facebook. AdmiralJoker.com isn't up right now. I hope to bring my websites back in the coming year. You know, it's been a little difficult to kind of focus on the websites and everything, but hope to bring those back real soon. By the way, one side note, Deadpool 2 looks like it sucks. I saw the trailer the other day, and I've been saying for a while now that the one problem with Deadpool is that the jokes, as much as I liked the first one, they didn't exactly always hit home. And it's okay to mix comedy with action, but if you roll too much comedy into the action with too much meta humor, you get really burned out on it really quick. And I have a bad feeling that's exactly what's going to happen in Deadpool 2. So we shall see. All right, well, be sure to follow me. And you, of course, if anyone ever wants to hit me up on Skype during one of these live streams, you can always hit me up at Admiral Joker on Skype. It's always, the lines are open at all times, so you can always contact me there. So thanks so much, and hope to see you guys soon.